Hey Leo, welcome to your mid-February check-in. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal session with me, a one-on-one, link is down in the description box below, as well as information about the decks I'm using, information about a new course that I am starting on the 23rd for those who are aspiring readers, or even for those who are a bit more seasoned. We're going to get really in depth in the tarot, as well as develop our own deck. So let's just hop into it, shall we? I'm going to start off with some chakra cards just to get us going. I'm going to pull 3 of them. So first off, we have intuition. This one wanted to come up, love, and spiritual awareness. So we got a lot of stuff going on in like the crown chakra, third eye, as well as the heart chakra. And then let me pull some cards to kind of clarify here. I feel like perhaps you're opening up more to the ways in which you love, maybe loving your life as it is now, finding places of gratitude, being thankful for, what you have now in order to bring more in, which is really great in terms of like law of attraction, all of that. You're starting to understand why things are happening the way that they're happening. We call it unfolding for a reason, because when things are folded, things are also hidden from us. There are many layers. It is masked somehow. And in our unfolding, we're able to slowly reveal piece by piece the larger picture, right? So let's kind of dig in a little bit deeper here. So all of these cards came up reversed, but we'll see how the energy is once I get into the reading. So we have reflection, we have faith, and we have success. So with reflection here, it could be that maybe you're taking things to heart, taking things a bit personally, maybe not taking the time to really see yourself in the situation. Perhaps you're leaving yourself out of it, either giving too much or giving too little, but somehow there's maybe a little bit of confusion as far as what's there for you now as in terms of what is coming in. Also, I feel like you're getting certain hints in the world around you, but really keeping yourself kind of separate from whatever those messages are, kind of blocking those signs, blocking those messages in some way. And then we have this faith card kind of coming in as well. That's something about a cycle. Things maybe seem mundane. There's a certain routine. You're not really connected to the present moment, what's going on now, finding being kind to yourself and being kind to where you are in this current situation. I know a lot of us are getting really tired with things as they are currently, and so it's been kind of an emotional ride this month, to say the least. But then we have the success card reversed, and so you may not be seeing any type of results or seeing any hints towards success, towards things moving forward. You may have a feeling of it, but it also kind of requires you to do a little work, dig a little deeper, be really present and aware to what's going on now in order to prepare yourself for what is ahead. And for that, you also need to have faith. You need to have that awareness, being able to look at things from a fresh perspective. This has a lot to do with cycles. Let's see, we have the Ace of Cups here with reflection. So there's a lot of new things coming in. Maybe you're seeing newness open up for others, new opportunities happening for people. Perhaps you're seeing maybe new life come into the world in some way, or people inviting in more newness into their life. And so you're naturally happy for these people, but at the same time, you may feel a little bit left out. And there's part of you that knows that something's coming, but it's like a matter of when. And so you may be a little kind of disruptive, in, maybe falling into some habits, maybe overspending, or doing certain things to make yourself feel like new, or to make the situation feel new, trying to maybe force new beginnings through some type of energetic exchange. Perhaps maybe you're looking for some way to kind of open up the energy, and it's kind of this kind of grasping thing. It's like you're trying to find something that nourishes you, something to kind of open up the energy and shake things up a little bit. And we have this Two of Pentacles with faith as well, and it could be time like, okay, quit distracting yourself. It's fine to want to play and to want to entertain oneself, but at the same time, you're kind of playing yourself for a fool, thinking that you can just create something and go against what the actual rhythm is, what the divine timing is. You may be cutting off things to spite your nose, right? And then we have this Wheel of Fortune card reversed. So some type of delay. Things are taking a bit longer than you'd like to expect. Maybe this cycle hasn't yet closed and you're ready for it to close. Maybe feeling some sort of fatigue. Perhaps you've been resting a lot. Perhaps a little bit more tired, a little more reclusive. It's also just like, it's kind of annoying. You're kind of annoyed in some way, kind of angry, upset. And what's really being asked of you is to maybe get out into nature if possible. I know it's cold in areas for most of us, and some of us have received some snow, right? I also want to look at the bottom of the deck here, the Hanged Man. So it's like really needing to stabilize your energy a bit more, look at things from a new perspective, shake things up a bit. Do try not to create any more struggle where there doesn't need to be any in attempts to grasp or to just start something just because you decided it's time for a new beginning. Again, divine timing is key here. You've got to be able to not create any type of conflict or separate yourself, create any more barriers for whatever is about to come in, right? Because you also need some of your resources in order to welcome whatever the universe is about to offer you, in order to be able to welcome and to be able to have the resources, time, energy, money, in order to make this thing happen, right? And so we have the Queen of Swords reversed here with this Ace of Cups. And so what it's telling me is maybe you're, again, it's going back to that whole idea of confusion, maybe overcomplicating things. It's time to get really clear on what you need versus what you just want to happen, right? It's like something there about lightening up a little bit too. It's got to take place. You got to kind of refine the way that you're living right now and cut away a lot of the things, perhaps getting some type of mantra or perhaps getting into some type of routine that is more nourishing for you is really necessary here. Finding your peace. Plain and simple. Finding your peace when there is little to be peaceful over. That's what I'm getting. So then we have the Three of Wands with this Two of Pentacles. Things are on their way to you, but if you get too jumbled, too overstretched, you end up doing things that may be a little counterproductive, counterintuitive. It's going to take a little bit longer for those things to come back to you. And it may kind of stink. You may end up missing out on some type of opportunities because you're not really managing your energy or your resources very well. And then here we have the Five of Swords with this Wheel of Fortune card. So what I'm getting here as well is that it's time to cut your losses in some areas. Yes, some things may have not been ideal, but other people are kind of carrying on with their lives in the best way that they can. And it's not great for you to kind of step into a situation with a bad attitude. You've really got to do your best to bring that fire and make it constructive. Where's that warmth that we know you're so capable of, Leo? Where is that passion that we know you're able to bring into a situation? You may have been so dispassionate that maybe at the first sign of anything moving or anything kind of going in a certain direction, you may kind of blow up, right? Creating some changes in terms of a line of a communication, maybe cutting off the exact avenue in which this success is supposed to come in. So be really mindful in your dealings and goings on. You do not want to end up putting yourself into a corner here. Let's see what else we've got. And then we have the Star card. So maintain hope. Things are just kind of falling away. We're clearing the path here. There's a little bit of rubble from whatever paradigm shift happened, and it may have shook you to your core to some degree, but you cannot force it. Here we have consciousness and balance. So here it's like you really got to be super aware of what's going on. Pay attention to those areas that are in balance, where you're feeling this emotional dissonance, where perhaps you're angry, frustrated, sad, figuring out where those areas are. And it's like, what else can I focus on right right now in order to bring balance to this area of my life. Again, looking at things in terms of scale. Maybe you have certain things to be thankful of, or maybe you actually are in a situation much better than most people are. You just don't yet realize it. And maybe, you know, the universe is waiting to bless some of these other people who may have been having a more difficult time than you, but you may not know it. And instead, you're kind of looking at it in this with a little bit of a resentment, while still also wanting to like celebrate them. And with this, it also just feels like there's just this kind of gray area for you, but it's because you're really protective of your heart. There's certain things that you're just not allowing yourself to really shift and transmute, and you may have certain perspectives on different things that may be a little bit harsh or may not come across as well. So it's refining your speech and really getting clear on whatever message you want to put out into the world, whatever you're calling into your life. It's time to refine that, because the more that you try to fix things, the more confused you're going to get about what you want, because then you're going to have yourself invested in many things, and many of those things are not going to be the thing, if that makes sense. So anyways, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. There you have it, Leo. I'll see you in March. If you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, please do so down in the, using the link in the description box. And yeah, I'll talk to you again another time. Bye.